Okay, look, John Dwyer here from Fuel for Less, and I'm here with Kerry. Kerry actually is the owner of Wiggly Tail Butchery here in Port Macquarie, which is regional New South Wales. Now, Kerry, I just wanted to ask a few questions for whoever may be watching this video. Fuel for Less, mate. It's a repetitive, well, first of all, it's a lead generator and it's a repetitive trade stimulant. Would that be fair to say?
That is 100% right, mate. Yeah, we've just got customers coming back and back and back again because of the Fuel for Less system.
Because of this little card. I'll put the card a little bit closer to the camera, but this little Fuel for Less card that Mr. and Mrs. Smith put in their purse or their wallet, this gets them to come back and forth on a regular basis because when they spend with you, they're getting fuel discounts.
They do, and it's transformed our business.
It's been quite an incredible lead generator and then an incredible repetitive trade stimulant, hasn't it? Because it gets them in and they keep on coming in.
It has. Like I was saying before, our average weekly sale has gone through the roof, our customer numbers have gone through the roof, and more importantly, our sales have just skyrocketed through the roof. And it's all since we've had this little card the last 12 months.
12 months. And the difference in turnover between the 12 months between March 2012 and March 2013 versus the last 12 months, which is 2013 to 2014, has been what?
Yep, we were doing about 3 million a year. This year we'll top 4 million. We'll be well over 4 million turnover this year. And the only difference is, I'm not talking about price, I'm talking about the card.
And you know what, really, I'm really happy for you, obviously, because we've developed the Fuel for Less program. But what annoys me is that you now have bought a 37-foot boat and you're going away for 3 months.
Yeah, actually 42-foot boat, and we are going away for 4 months, yeah.
I hate you. I hate you. Why should you enjoy life when everybody else has still got to work hard?
Well, I tell you what, that extra turnover helps put diesel in that little boat, I tell you.
Well, listen, I'm just thinking I could do with a boat. You know, if you've got more money than God, I'll give you my number and you can maybe get a boat from that. Mate, tell me, in terms of taking their eyes off the price, that's a big thing, isn't it? Because I always preach to people, you've got to look for a marketing campaign that takes their eyes off the price. You don't want a price discount because it's not sustainable.
Well, mate, look, that's exactly right. That's the whole reason why we come and saw you in the first place. Because I was sick of spending a fortune and talking about price, giving stuff away. And the first day that you brought up this Fuel for Less system, it was just like a light bulb moment. Bang, I can use that. And like I said, 10,000 on the database.
Oh, well, yeah, look, I don't know that we've brought that. How many people have you got on the database in 12 months?
I've got 10,000 people on the database.
So
actually, I'll go over 10,000 this afternoon when I...
Really?
Yeah, I'm about to put the cards in, but yeah.
Yeah, but within 12 months, you've accumulated 10,000 people on a database, and up until then, you've been running this business for how long? You didn't know your customers, did you?
Yeah, we've had the business for 17 years, and for the first 15 years, I didn't really know who the customers were. But the last 12 months, we've got 10,000 customers on the database. We've got 10,000 mobile numbers, email addresses. I just have a ball with that, fair income.
So when you say a ball, you can actually send out communications to them via email or text messages when you want, whenever you want.
Yeah.
So if you've got a fantastic, I don't know whether you get a new T-bone steak, but you get
a new model.
It shows you I don't do the shopping at our place. But you've got a new model of a T-bone steak. You can send that out on text message that afternoon and get them to come in.
That's exactly right, and that's what I do. Every week I set up the text messages or emails to go out. Anything I want to tell them, and I always put a little lead in there, like give them something, and they love it. They love it. They absolutely.
Oh, so you might say, for example, you know, if you spend X dollars today, I'll give you a free bunch of sausages. Plus, remember, you get 10 cents per litre for every $50.
Well, that's exactly what we do.
But how it works is 10 cents a litre for every $50 they spend.
That's right.
But they can accumulate that expenditure over a period of time, which means that they can accumulate $200 or $300 or $500 in their account.
Yep.
They go out to any petrol station and just bring the receipt into you for you to give them their rebate.
Yep, that's exactly right. And another great thing, I'll tell you, our average sales gone from $24 to $34, $35. So they've been in once to spend that. Then they've got to come in again to get it over $50. And then they've got to come in again to claim their discount. So I've got them in the shop 3 times before I give them 10 cents a litre off their fuel.
I think you're evil.
How's that?
Forcing those customers to come back and back and back, that's wrong.
Unbelievable.
That's
People
wrong.
say, why are you giving it away? I'm not. They're in the shop 3 times before they get the 10 cents a litre off.
And so therefore the fact that they're coming in to get their rebate is gold, isn't it?
It is, mate. And they feel, it's nearly like they feel indebted to you because you're giving them something. So they spend more money.
So therefore you're saying that when you actually do something like you give them, let's say it's $10 for argument. If you give them the $10 for the rebate, what generally happens?
They normally just hand it back, plus another 10 or 20.
So therefore they spend the fuel rebate that you give them on more meat.
That's exactly right.
So therefore how the mathematics normally would work, for every $50 they spend, they get 10 cents a litre off their fuel, up to 50 litres, which is 50 litres by 10 cents equals $5. $5 is 10% of the 50. What you're saying is that actually when they come in and get that, they give it back to you, which means that generally speaking, you're not giving up 10% of your sale price, you're probably giving up 5 or 6%.
Exactly, if that, because 99% of people will spend the money back at the shop.
So therefore, you've increased your turnover from $3 to over $4 million, and you've increased your profit margins because you're not price discounting, and the cost of this Fuel for Less promotion because they're coming back in, and when you give them the rebate, they pretty much give the they give the money back to you.
Yep.
The cost of this entire promotional program is probably close to 5% of your turnover.
Yeah, that's right. It pays for itself. It does pay for itself. Like I say, if you're giving people something, you're giving customers something, the majority of them feel indebted, they'll come back in and spend the money.
Yeah.
You know, and they just love something for nothing. They really do. But it's not for nothing, is it? Because they've got to come in 3 times if they spend the average sale.
You're getting to wear a lot of leather out on their shoes.
I'll tell you what, I love it.
And the other interesting thing before we go is that to a customer, they feel that this fuel discount is massive in terms of value, but to you it's only costing you 5% of your turnover.
That's exactly right. And especially now that these guys have been...
When he says these guys, if we can just pan around a little bit to see the Woolworths sign over there. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
So since the ACCC have capped these guys at 4 cents a litre, I mean, 10, 20, 30 dollar a litre? Unbelievable. I mean, it's not a contest. It's not a contest.
It's not a contest. So it's David versus, or David really killing Goliath, isn't it?
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully. No, we're going right.
And I believe now with all the money you're making out of this, you're making a bid to buy Woolworths. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay. Last but not least, if you had to vote in terms of a retail business going down the price discount path or going down the value add path, which path would you go down?
Oh, mate, look, the value add path going on. Like I said, we've had the shops for 17 years. The first 15, 16 years, it was price driven. It was price driven. It really was. Every week, spending money to give stuff away doesn't make sense. No incentive to come back. They just come in, buy the specials, like I said.
And they might go to your butcher shop one day, but then buy their meat at a butcher shop 2 days later somewhere else.
That is exactly right. And especially with all the extra competition these days as well,
yeah,
you've just got to give them an excuse to come back. And that's the excuse.
So this has acted as a magnet that basically, I guess, forces repetitive spending and loyalty. It forces loyalty.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. It's the best loyalty system ever. It really is.
Mate, thank you very much.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thanks,
and
mate.
well done on Fuel for
Good on
Less.
you.
Ta.